On Tuesday, we took a breather from cataloging the many Donald Trump-related problems facing down-ballot Republicans in order to point out that, hey, maybe not everything is doom and gloom for the GOP right now. One of the bright spots, 3 vulnerable Republican senators, Marco Rubio in Florida, Rob Portman in Ohio, Chuck Grassley in Iowa, are leading their Democratic challengers in swing states where Trump is nonetheless trailing or tied with Hillary Clinton. Turns out, however, that there's a 4th GOP Senate candidate who may be an even better example of how Republicans can save themselves from Trump. His name is Joe Heck, and he's running for Harry Reid's seat in Nevada. As you may have heard, Reid, a 30-year veteran of the chamber who served as majority leader from 2007 to 2015 and is probably the second most powerful Democrat in the country, will be retiring in January. There is no race Republicans are more determined to win, in part to ensure that they keep control of the Senate, and in part to embarrass Reid. Democrat Catherine Cortez Masto should be the favorite. She is Reid's hand-picked successor, which means she is backed by the minority leader's powerful political machine and a Nevada Democratic Party that is much more organized than the state's notoriously sloppy GOP. Reid himself has said that he is devoting the huge amount of my time to the race. As the granddaughter of an immigrant from Chihuahua, Mexico, she would be the first Latina senator in U.S. history, the Legos in the state with a large Latino population. 28% of votes heavily Democratic. Barack Obama won 71% of Nevada's Latino vote in 2012. From 2007 to 2015, she served as Nevada's Attorney General, one of the highest-profile offices in the state. And in general, Democrats, who enjoy the statewide voter registration advantage over Republicans, tend to benefit from presidential year turnout patterns in Nevada. Yet Cortez Masto hasn't led in a single poll since May. In fact, Heck is slightly ahead at this point, according to the Real Clear Politics average. Trump, meanwhile, lags a few points behind Clinton. This wasn't what the pundits predicted. If there was any state where Trump would hurt the chances of down-ballot congressional candidates, Nevada was supposed to be it, the Washington Post's Dave Weigel recently wrote. President Obama carried it twice, both times losing the white vote but winning landslides with the state's enormous Latino population. Has represented 25% of the voters of the state, and 3/4 of the voters are in 1.6 billion people. And when asked about Trump's mass deportation plan, he insists that we could not execute it and we could not afford it. He says that he would continue to advocate for immigration reform as a senator under President Trump. It's hard to predict what the future's going to hold, but that's the position I'd take on the Senate side, Heck told the Washington Post. Being a smaller body, it might be easier to build a critical mass of consensus than trying to do it in a group of 435. To be sure, Heck and Trump overlap on some immigration-related issues. But for the most part, Heck has convinced his diverse district, where he has consistently reached out to minority groups, arranging discussions about improving Hispanic health care and employing Mandarin and Tagalog speakers on his congressional staff, that he isn't anything like Trump. Not that Heck's opponents agree. The Democrats' plan is to paint Heck as a Trump clone. Last month, Cortez Masto described Heck and Trump as ideological soulmates, and Reid has referred to his protege rival as both a parrot and Joe "I'm really Trump" Heck. In response, Heck has accused Cortez Masto of being little more than Reid 2.0 and claiming that, of the two of them, only he would hold leaders of both parties accountable. In a state where neither Reid, Clinton, nor Trump is particularly popular right now, the contest, and perhaps even control of the Senate as a whole, may come down to which argument Nevadans find more convincing. The fact that more of them seem to be supporting Heck than Trump, and fewer seem to be supporting Cortez Masto than Clinton, suggests that the congressman may currently have the upper hand. Whether Heck can eke out a victory remains to be seen. Still, no other GOP candidate is handling Hurricane Donald quite as deftly. His fellow Republicans should take note.